And is your position that somebody born in the United Kingdom is not British?
Now this, I'm going to have to give you a 30-second answer to, Piers, but this is going to be a very important conversation for decades to come, so please hear me out. The UK and the Western democracies are the only countries in the world where we will accept somebody born in the country, even if they have a different genetic lineage, are from that country. If you are born in China and you are not Chinese by appearance, they will never consider you Chinese.
But what do you think? What do you think?
Let me answer. But it's not about what I think, sir, because there's a dichotomy inside of the Western democracies, and this is extremely clear. If you do believe that somebody born in the country, irregardless of their genetic lineage, is from that country, the only way you can have a society function in this manner is if all people are fairly politically represented and if there is no two-tier policing. If you're going to allow anybody to turn up to a country, be born, become from that country, get preferential treatment in the political system and the judicial system, you are going to have outrage and you are going to have riots. If we're going to accept, sir, that people who are born inside of the UK at any point are from there, and that is their country, then it's even more important that Keir Starmer represents everybody. He doesn't stand up and spit vitriol, which is going to engulf flames.
But to answer my question,
more important that we do not have two-tier policing like we've been witnessing.
Fine. I completely agree there should be no two-tier policing. Everyone should be exposed to the force of the law in exactly the same equitable manner. But just to be clear, do you personally, Andrew Tate, believe if you're born in the United Kingdom, you're British or not?
Personally, I don't think my personal views have anything to do with it, and I think they'll just distract from the point I made. The point I made is that
you literally put your personal views out morning, noon, and night. So why are you dodging the question?
Because I don't think my personal views are that interesting. I think I could say my personal views, yes. I believe if you're born in the UK, that you're from the UK. However,
you do. Okay.
However,
fine. No, there's no however. You've answered the question. You believe they are British. So after that long speech, you agree with me. If you're born in the United Kingdom, you're British. Now, the other thing I want to get clarity on is this. This tweet from your friend Nick, as you call him, who's actually a white supremacist,
It doesn't matter what I
Nick
think,
Fuentes.
Piers. It matters what the people who are rioting are
fine,
thinking.
You've made that
and
point.
I'm trying to explain to you how they think. So we can give them a representation to prevent the riots happening again. I can understand other points of view where it seems you cannot.
You've answered the question.
Sure.
You've answered the question. Let me now answer this one simply. When you retweeted the white supremacist Nick Fuentes, who you call Nick, on the subject of the riots, and he said it's clear that not only are these protests being amplified and directed by Zionist plants on social media, do you agree with what he said? Is that why you retweeted it?
I agree. I agree with the latter point about how everybody's going to lose their freedoms.
What about the first point I've just read out? Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't have to agree with every single point of a tweet. I can agree with the end result of a tweet. I don't know who's
directing. So you don't agree with him?
I don't know who's directing.
So just to be clear,
well, I don't know who's directing these riots.
On social
I just know the end result.
Amplified the riots.
I don't know who's directing these riots. I know the end result. I know why the riots happened in my own personal view because of underrepresentation. I think Keir Starmer's failed.
Do you think it was Zionist plans?
Our political classes sold us out. And I think that the end result is going to be bad times for everyone in the UK. My Muslim brothers are going to suffer, brown people will suffer, Christians will suffer, black will suffer. It's bad times for everybody. I'm not going to say who's directing what because I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just telling you exactly why I retweeted that tweet.
Right, so a white supremacist anti-Semite, Nick Fuentes, blames Zionist plants for amplifying and directing these riots. And you retweet him.
Do you know who he's talking about when he says that?
Do you?
Yes.
Who?
He's talking about Tommy Robinson, who's openly Zionist. Do you believe Tommy Robinson incited these things? Because if you do, you agree with Nick Fuentes. You have just been sitting here saying Zionists have been pushing these riots to the beginning of this whole interview, sir. So you just fell into the exact same trap. You agree exactly with what Nick just said. So now you're going to sit here and say, oh, he's a white supremacist to try and get gotcha moments when you fail with your own point of view. Tommy is a Zionist, sir. Tommy is a Zionist.
Just to be clear then, just to be clear, when you retweeted this, you believed Nick Fuentes was talking about Tommy Robinson.
I believe he was talking about Tommy Robinson, but I only agree with the latter part of the tweet, as I said.
Right.
But you agree with the first part of the tweet.
So to be clear,
I don't know why you're sitting here trying to use it as a gotcha when you agree with the tweet yourself.
To be clear, To be clear, then, you don't agree when he said the protests are being amplified and directed by Zionist plants on social media. You don't agree with that?
No, I think that people had a legitimate concern.
Thank you. That's all we need.
I think
fine.
the UK is a powder
That's fine.
keg.
I don't need another
You
speech,
agree with
Andrew.
that,
You've
sir.
answered the question.